If you start to suffer from oversteer, come in and let us have a look at the setup. You'll get oversteer if the rear tyres lose grip before the front. Usually this will be coming from a lack of rear downforce or an overly stiff rear suspension, but a little tweak with negative camber or toe in can also help with this.
There we go. Get myself into the chair. Won't have any cap on tonight, so you have to put up with the hair, unfortunately. But probably don't have the right border around. But here we go. Anyway, g'day, guys and girls. How are we all going? Welcome back to another recording here on the YouTube channel for the time being, of course. We are back tonight here on a Saturday night, the 28th of January, just a bit after 8:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time, but we're back racing in Rush Racing League as a reserve driver here for their second round of the season here at the Portuguese Grand Prix, which a track I've not had great success in the past. I'll admit it's not one of my favourite tracks at all, but looking forward to seeing what these new cars are like around this track. So we might have a bit of luck go our way, but. Yeah, weather conditions, you can see it's dry for quali, but it's very wet in the race, so we might have to compromise a little bit with quali, and just obviously focus on the race setup, which I will do so. But I will show you, what am I going to show? The point system. First, as you can see on your screen, that I don't think that's really changed much. Season on season, so I think pretty much the points there on your screen, but you can pause the video and you can check them out as you go along as well. I'll just try and find something off the top of my head, but what I'll show you is the calendar. Now, it's a pretty damn long calendar, not gonna lie. It goes right all the way. If I can bring it up on my phone here, I'll run you through it. I think this is only for the PlayStation side of things as well. I think the Xbox PC side of their sort of, what do you call it, cross-play championship. Well, yeah, it's basically, it is really, isn't it, with Xbox PC. But you obviously started last week at Imola, and we've got Portugal this week, and then you can see all the way down. It goes pretty much till, well, I assume it's probably till about when the next game is going to come out, F1 23. That's what it's going to be called. So, yeah, you can see all the names, all the list there. So, try and find something. I don't think I've actually got a Oh, yeah, I do have a Portugal setup, but I haven't updated it for a little while. So, please do not bear with me. I think it's still the same, actually. So, what am I going to do? Just black it out for a second. There we go. And I think I'm going to take the wet weather setup anyways for this one. Let me just make sure everything, of course, setup's provided by Sim Racing Centre. If you're interested, there it is on your screen. As my teammate has actually been disqualified. So this is not going well. Right, let me just... I'll make some quick changes. I think anything's changed actually in the wet setup. So, okay. But we'll change the pressures for the race. Run the tyre pressures low, obviously for the quali. We'll adjust them. We can only change the front wing, so sure we can get away with this. What else we got? That's... Mic's still working, yeah. So, okay. I did mention, when was it? It's been a while now. that I was obviously going to possibly do full-time racing in Rush for this season, but obviously that changed very quickly with the racing that I saw back at Abu Dhabi at the end of last season. Obviously, it was a bit of a. I'll be honest, it was a bit of a shit show, really. And I'm sorry to SJ if he's watching this back, but yeah, I'll be honest, the racing back then was not ideal. So I'm hoping it's got a little bit better. Anyway, you probably recognise a few names there that we've raced against. Wogboy, obviously, we had our little dramas with him at Bahrain, but usually we get on well. Will, obviously, he was with an esports team, but I think he's gone back to normality, but still pretty quick nonetheless. Marcus Costa raced with him before. Mr. Fury Strat, better known as OSRL Jury Strat for people in OSRL. Broke Vegan, Mash Junior, Scotty. I think we raced these guys, Lorenzbro, Milo, Miller, Urban, obviously, Old Footy Bender, that is TCF Old Boy, I'm pretty sure. Of course, old mate Jack, obviously, Jack Humphreys. ET8 Vengeance, that's just Vengeance. My name is Jeff. Karuma, I think we've raced with him in Inters. Gordo, I think we've raced with him in OSRL, but yeah, obviously he's been disqualified. So we're in the Aston Martin tonight. You could call it pretty much a last-minute call-up, really, so... So we'll obviously try to do our best. I won't guarantee anything will have good results, but should have switched that over. But we are going to try our best with a wet setup, obviously. There's traffic coming down. If we wait for the McLaren, or there's another car coming out actually, AlphaTauri. Vengeance. That's Jeff just out of the way. I have not even done a single practice around Portugal since it got re-added to the game, so have to get used to this track again because I know it's going to be in a few league races coming up, so I'm not sure how bad this corner is. Probably still the same as always. Oop. I really thought F122 or Cody's and EA or whatever they're freaking called, but I thought they'd do a lot better with adding like DLC tracks instead of just re-adding tracks that were formerly on the game, like obviously here with China back on and Portugal. A bit ridiculous, but anyway. Probably going to be absolutely slow and bumps galore. Can't really do much changes otherwise because of the wet race.
Okay, 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Sitting duck on the straights in this wet setup, but we'll see.
Okay, we can take you this lap.
Take pit lane here. It's going to be a long one. I can definitely say that. But, right, let's get another set of softs. Can't really go down any lower with the fuel. Okay, we'll probably
Our best lap so far is a 1:19.8.
Pretty much stuck with this setup, unfortunately. So. Marcus currently leads it with a 17.1. We are 2.6 seconds off the pace.
Okay, when you're ready, let's go.
Definitely not where I want to be, but look, again, you don't score. I don't think you score points for pole position and whatnot, but anything's possible in the race. So let's just say that as we just get out ahead of the McLaren. I think that's Urban actually. Hello, Urban. Stop. Go through, Urban. Warming up the tyres, actually. Flying lap, I could be wrong. Been meaning to ask Urban. Obviously, the ACYDE draft happened last Tuesday. It was certainly an entertaining stream, to say the least. I don't know where it was heading at some points during the stream, but yeah, you'll see obviously what car we're going to be in and whatnot, and what tier. Meaning to actually ask Urban whether I'm actually allowed to reserve again in Tier 1, because obviously I've mentioned that before. McLaren go, I don't think. No. This is awkward. Shit.
Seconds left in the session.
second quicker, but we're probably gonna not really gain much anyway. That's all right. We focus on the race. Long race to go anyway, so. It's my phone. There it is. I'm hoping the wet setup's going to be all right, but I'm not even sure myself now. This comes in. Mash will come in shortly. He qualified 9th on the mediums. Are you fucking kidding me? It is full wet. Right, excuse me 1 second while I fix all this stuff up in the... where are we? Yeah, we'll go something. Hopefully it's covered itself. Yeah. Right, let me go back to there. We go there. Tyres, yep, up there. All the way. Quick before... fuel. What do we need to fuel? Pulls them out. Right, okay. Seeing no one is readying up here. Where do we go? Wentz. Wentz is... $15, yeah, okay, 49 kilos. All right. It's full on wet, so this should be good. I think there's a formation like this, Chris. You would be shocked if anyone else is not on the wets, but I think, yeah. Oh, my. I think that's Marcus spun off the...
Okay, how was that pull away?
Oh, ideal.
At the start, but we need to warm the tyres properly now. Make sure you get some heat into the brakes as well.
I'm not really a big fan of the wet weather, but somehow I usually do well, so it must be like a Shane Van Gisbergen, hates the wet, but somehow does well. Oh, footy bender. Literally just giving it everything here. I don't even know what the tyre temperature should be. Whoa, as I nearly lose the back end. There's Karama. I'm sure he's under a different name for Inters, but I'm not sure. Well, this is going to be fun with people going around as Somebody stuck on the grid at Alpha. I probably missed that. Not sure that's Mr. Fury Strat or what do you call him, Lorenz, bro. I assume it's the ladder. Yeah, look. Is he? Let's have a look. Yeah, it's Lorenz, bro. Right, everyone's on the wets, obviously. That'd be stupid. Sorry, boys. I'm catching. I'm gonna have fun here. Turn. Lining up in the grid slot properly. Where am I? I'm on this side, aren't I? Slow it up. Whoop, beautiful. All right, here we go. And enjoy the fucking spray. Holy hell, holy hell. Go through there. Oh, there's going to be contact somewhere. This is Gordo. Slow down. Whoa, rear end is very loose. That's dear. And nearly lose the back end as well. Lost the car. Oh my god, Kai-Pai. Careful, teammate.
Battery charge is high, let's use that overtake button a bit more.
Yeah, right, Mark. Just glad we weren't alongside Gordo. How have I not lost the car? Get your foot off the accelerator, Ross. Ah. God, understeer.
Radar suggests that this heavy rain will be with us for a while now.
I don't think it's disappearing anytime soon, Mark. Could be wrong. There'll be pit stops as well. Let me look at the fucking straight line speed. Urban Fury. Oh dear. Oh boy. Hopefully they haven't come together. I think they're... It's not going to go down well. There's a Red Bull off the road. Surely it's got to be Jack. Yeah, I think it was Jack actually. Red Bulls side by side. That's going to be interesting.
It's not a perfect situation, but I don't think we've got cause to move on to a different tyre yet.
I don't even think we should, Mark. You'd be kidding yourself. You think we're going to move on to another tyre? Where the fuck's that car going?
Okay, we're losing a small amount of time to the car behind. Let's keep pushing. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on a fresh set of wets. Okay, they've got 4 laps on their tyres. The car ahead has damaged the front wing, but it seems fairly minor. Your last lap time was a 1 minute 34.2. Right, you're falling back by 1/10 of a lap.
Roughly about the same pace, probably. Oh, there goes Kai Pipe. Urban, what are you doing? Oh shit, sorry. Nearly hit Mr. Bors. I don't know how I'm holding on to the car. Straight line speed's not our favourite around here. We gained it back to the slower corners, so. Urban's really having a lot of fun here today.
Okay, clear. Caution, caution.
Might get a 3-second penalty around here.
Less than a second separates you. They're on old wets. Okay, their tyres are 7 laps old. Car ahead has some minor front wing damage, but is currently maintaining its pace. And the time last lap was a 1:33.5. Alright, you're falling back by 1/10 a lap.
It's going to go well. All boys left the session. One.
Nice work, mate. That brings you up a place.
Seriously. Steer.
Green flag.
Gordo, he's doing so well. taken us nearly 10 laps just to get back to positive. You old footy bender.
Gap to your teammate behind is 9.7 seconds.
Where the corner was.
Better than it was a few minutes ago. If we could just move a bit more of that standing water, we might be able to go on to the intermediates.
Mark, seriously? Oh, that's right, one was disconnected. That's his car. Never saw nothing. Pit stops already?
Okay, clear.
Then just retired, okay, interesting. Chaos behind.
You're in the top 10. Okay, gap ahead is 2.1 seconds. They're on old wets. Their tyres are 12 laps old. Time last lap was a 1 minute 33.4. And you're closing by 0.4 a lap. Keep it going.
Zoom with a couple of moments. Jack is a reserve in that Red Bull, other Red Bull.
large group of slower cars just ahead. If you want to pit, look close to a window. We're going to give you full wets in the next pit window, opening in 2 laps. Full wets in 2 laps time.
Killer around here. In.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 20.4 seconds.
Us in as well. Might try and go long, see how long these tyres can last. Doubt they can get to the end, but Aston's a little bit better.
Gap is less than a second. They're on old wets. Okay, they've done 15 laps on those tyres. Your last lap time was a 1:32.7. Okay, so you're gaining by 1/10 a lap. 15 seconds.
Marcus up because he's on fresh rubber. Side, I reckon. Just staying out. Very cautious.
The tyre situation's an interesting one, but I think the right call is to stick with what we've got for now. Radar suggests that this heavy rain will be with us for a while now. Full wet seemed like the best tyre for now. Catching the car in front by about a second a lap.
Brake last one, that'll help. Ride him, cowboy.
Dropping a second a lap to the car behind.
I know, he's fucking quicker than me, you dumbass. How about it, Marcus?
Okay, focus. We need to stay on form.
front tyre wear would be a lot worse on the pad. Easy to let him go and do our own race.
Is 1.8 seconds.
Try it yet, Marcus. You have a better grip, Marcus, so you should have. Safe through here with 8th gear.
Okay, the incident's been cleared. Let's get back up to racing speed. Come on.
Should be okay, it's just the fronts. And my straight line speed is obviously shocking. Marcus, lead.
We expect you'll be noticing a bit of grip loss in the tyres around now, so just be careful.
No shit, Sherlock. Straight line speed, look at that. Fucking hell.
Less than a
5
second
for me.
separates you. They're on old wets. Okay, they've done 22 laps on those tyres. And the time last lap was a 1 minute 33.1. You're closing by 4/10 a lap. Keep it going. The car behind's gaining on you by 5/10 a lap.
So how's Fury gaining on me, even with a spin? Position, so got straight line speed on me. We have to stay out now. Shit,
Gap to your
Sherlock
teammate
again.
behind is 52.2 seconds. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on old wets. Okay, they've done 25 laps on their tyres. Time last lap was a 1:33.1. Okay, so you're gaining by 1/10 a lap. And the gap behind us is 1.3 seconds. They're on old wets. Okay, they've done 25 laps on their tyres. Your last lap time was a 1:32.3.
That was quick. Straight line speed's my Achilles heel here. Looking to find another spot around here. Might help Jack's here as well. Safety car now.
Okay, there's been an incident on track resulting in loose debris. Fortunately, the marshals have managed to clear it up in time, and there are so far no plans for a safety car. Understood. Stopping this lap.
Let's see what they do. Marcus will have to stay out. I'll see what these guys do. I'm nearly prepared to do it as well. Yep, they're going to stay out. Okay. Jack's in. Manage him. Marcus on newish tyres. Lorenz, Bro, myself and Fury on the same strategy with tyre wear. Vegan's on newer wets. Will's on newer wets. Scotty's on newer wets. Karuma's on newer wets. It's going to be carnage, let's just say that. Well, that should be fun. Now. Gets to 2 laps to go, then we should, I say should.
Us with 5 laps of fuel remaining.
They're going to be an absolute stun mullet on the front, on the straights anyway.
Safety car in this lap. Safety car in this lap. Let's make sure those tyres are up to temperature. Remember, there's no overtaking.
Yeah, not going to be up to temperature, let's be honest. Trying my best not to wear these tyres. There's 73 on the left front.
use your overtake button more. It's time to utilise some of this energy. Come on.
Ah, damn it, straight line speed.
4.7 seconds. Okay, we've got 4 laps of fuel remaining. Don't look like they're shifting. We're predicting at least 20 minutes of heavy
Mark,
rainfall.
shut up. Let me do my thing, please.
There's been an incident on track, but officials aren't looking to push for a safety car right now. Just be careful.
For it now. Yes, boy! Podium! A little bit of luck along the way. Woohoo! That was from, what, 17th on the grid. I'll be pissed if it didn't. Oh, GG, Lorenz, bro. He did a bloody good job. I'll give you that. He did a ripper job all the way through that whole race. 20 Log Blue got a penalty. Probably a ridiculous one, but anyway. We get driver of the day as well. I don't know whether we'll get it in the... I'm not sure whether they have their own individual driver of the day or not, but... Glad that, yeah, that was... Scotty's even asking how... Well, straight line speed was probably crap, but oops, that's not what I wanted. What was I was answering, trying to answer Scotty. Hang on, 1 second. join the party chat in 1 second, if I can.
Roscoe, let's try and see if we can get broke. Oh, right. Let's try and... I am very speechless. Very, very speechless.
What happened at the
Indeed.
end there? Who was it that?
I don't know. Just they come together, and yeah, that was it. So just waiting on Broke Vegan to come in, but we'll just talk about that, Willie. What a race! Very, very difficult conditions. Obviously, most of the guys having to be very, very careful. Obviously, in that wet. What was your thoughts, Stu? Obviously, Portugal in the wet, very, very difficult. Very fast track. How do you think the guys managed?
Up and down the field is actually very impressive. I can't lie. I mean, it's quite an up and down track. You know, you're dealing with elevation changes on almost every corner. So to be able to manage those conditions with still water all over the track, I mean, we saw a few errors starting to arise at the end. I mean, when you're pushing flat out after a safety car and you feel like you've got nothing to lose, things are bound to happen. Sparks will fly. But we've seen it fall quite well there, actually, for everybody. The massive shock. I still can't believe what we've seen. P17 to P2. Wow. What a drive.
Well, I'll let you take away this one. It's P3, Broke Vegan, and we've got the little interview things up, but we don't have Roscoe's game card yet, which he'll probably get one now, and
deserves
definitely he definitely will. But take us away, Broke.
All right. Hello there, Mr. Broke Vegan. Thank you very much for a beautiful show tonight. First of all, how was that race for you? Just a little rundown, and we'll dive into it a little bit more in a second.
Yeah, man, it was bloody painful. Like, it was the hardest race I've done. Like, definitely 100%. Like, my back's sweating every lap on the edge. Just, yeah, I guess Costa was too quick, and I just have no idea how those guys lasted their tires the whole race, but I'm pretty happy bringing points back for Alpine, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was just a fabulous drive in the end. I mean, I would be nervous, you know, towards the end, before that safety car's come out, you've got 3 drivers in front of you who will get their errors out, so it's quite a risk to push it. Obviously, you want to take the points that you've got sitting in P5, and with these conditions, you can't really send it too well into Turn 1. How did you find managing your ERS out there tonight? Because that seemed to be the big decider for most battles in this race.
Yeah, well, you can't really use it in any, well, only on the straight. So I think I was dealing with it pretty well. Like, I was mostly like 40-50 the whole race or something like that. Like, you can, yeah, as I said, you can only use it on the straight. So I don't think it was too much of an issue, but far out, that was a really difficult race.
Yeah, I was quite impressed. SJ, what are your thoughts on this one?
Mr. Vegan, having a very, very good battle there. Sorry, I just got a message. Can I join your league? Of course you can, Mr. RRL, whoever that is. Just a question, obviously. How was it battling with Will? Because he was gaining you on some sectors, and then another few sectors he wasn't. It was changing lap by lap, and then you obviously both decided to pit at different times. What was the pressure like with him behind you?
Yeah, no, he was on my gearbox the whole race. I mean, I pitted a bit later just because I thought that I didn't want to lose too much time battling the other cars, but yeah, it was just extremely hard to overtake, and after that safety car at the end there, I guess I got my elbows out a bit. I hope people thought it was clean. I know I have a watch back, but yeah, respect to Will, he's a quick one.
Yeah, no, definitely. It was a really, really good race, and obviously what happened at the front there, and as you can see, a few spins, some big hitters going out very earlier on. But yeah, what was your highlight of the race? Probably that's probably the biggest question I'm going to ask you.
Seeing the checkered flag, 100%. I don't think there's any surprise. I think you ask all of the boys on the grid, they'll say the same thing. It's just, yeah, constant pressure every lap. But yeah, you've chosen the right man. Marcus, the winner tonight. Yeah, too good.
The question I will ask you, a few comments, obviously, due to racecraft and some of the driving. And to be honest with you, the last 3 cars obviously did pit and retire, and we did only have 1 retirement. But what was your thoughts tonight? Wet conditions, a very, very difficult track to drive in on wet conditions. How did you think that everyone was driving tonight?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty clean for the most part. I mean, I didn't really see too many, like, I don't know, maybe I was just placed on a part of the track where nothing happened, but yeah, I would say the boys did pretty well to keep it clean, and yeah, I don't really have any issues with them.
Well, phenomenal start for you and also your teammate Mash Jr. I don't know where we end up finishing tonight, but it's a very strong partnership. Obviously, we go next week. I'm just double checking now just where we are. Sorry, I'm just trying to remember where we are. Here we go. Right, so next week it's Azerbaijan. How you feeling around there, friend?
I don't actually like it too much, but lucky for me, I won't be here next week, so I won't have to go through the pain, but I'm sure we'll be looking for a reserve.
I love that. I love that when drivers do that.
Honesty, at least.
Yeah, that is. No, but great stuff.
Yeah.
Great stuff, Broke.
Thank
And
you so much,
yeah,
bro.
doing really, really well at the moment and bringing those points in, which is great.
Yeah,
Keep up
thanks
the
for
form.
the cons, guys. Have a good
Anytime.
night.
You too, man.
Yeah.
Just to talk about Broke Vegan there, obviously putting in some really good points, got a really good partnership there with Mash, but still getting those podiums and bringing those points there, Woody.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to see the consistency. We're starting to see, some real solid drivers start to keep themselves up there in contention all the time. I mean, always we talk about Marcus, and Marcus will be there, and that's no surprise. But we're starting to see some people really make a name for themselves. And I don't know about you, but I think we could see someone contesting Marcus for this championship. Obviously, there's plenty of races to come, but as it stands right now, there's plenty of talent around, and Oak's certainly one to watch, no doubt about that.
Definitely. Now let's go to our P2 guy. Now this guy got a very, very late call up. Was a hit and miss, but Roscoe, mate, what a drive tonight. You were phenomenal. Sticking behind Lorenzo for quite some time. And then near the end, I think the pressure got to him too much. How was your race, mate?
Hang on 1 second.
Is he there?
Hang on 1 second.
Yeah. There we go.
Hang on 1 sec.
Roscoe, are you there, my friend?
Hang on. What's going on here?
I can't hear anything. I'll just
No.
quickly...
He's trying to sort his mic out. I can see it coming. I can.
I really want to hear what he's going to say.
I know. Oh, I'm so curious with the strategy.
Oh, we got him. We got him.
Beautiful.
Hey, there he is.
Sorry,
Awesome.
guys. Yeah, I had accidentally pressed the button on my my
No, you're
headset,
good.
so I didn't realise I had to mute it on there. So
You're good, mate. What a race for you tonight. Just very, very late bloomer there, jumping in the Aston Martin, but what a race that was for you. How did it feel?
man, I'm even surprised that I'm up here. To be honest, man, that was well. Obviously, qualifying was absolute dog's breakfast. Let's be honest. It was never going to be up there with the quick guys anyway, because mainly I was focusing on the race with especially with the heavy rain. But gee whiz, that was some sort of race. Yeah, I don't really know what to say. Really, I'm even surprised myself. I lasted so long. The front tyres, I reckon if it wasn't for that last safety car, I would have definitely got a puncture. But my God, yeah, I still can't believe I'm up here on the podium.
Congratulations. My first question for you is, you mentioned there focusing on the race. Was your setup, even in qualifying, sort of focused on keeping it nice and clean for the wets, or were we kind of using a dry setup? What was the go there?
No, it was full wet setup. When I saw the forecast for the heavy rain, I thought, no, I have to just set up for a full wet setup in this race. There's no way. I mean, yeah, it's some parts of the track it felt good, but probably on the straights, I was just pretty much a sitting duck. Really, I'm actually surprised a lot of other people didn't. Well, catch me a lot quicker on the straights, but that was probably the only weakness with the setup wise. But I knew if I just kept with the guys as best I can and just managed the tyres as best I could. I mean, obviously, some other guys were doing the no stop, and some guys did the one stop, obviously, because obviously they felt the tyres weren't going to make it to the end. And I was very critical about whether they were going to go to the end. But when I saw a couple of guys, stay out on the just doing the no stop, I thought, yeah, I've got to stick with these guys. Just try my best, try my absolute best on the tires, and again, surprised I'm up here on the podium.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was phenomenal the way that you managed those tires, because when we saw Marcus pit around the halfway mark of the race, he was sitting on around 50% tire wear, and about 10 laps later, we look across to you, and all of a sudden, you're also still sitting around the 50-60 mark. Do you think maybe it was the wet setup that gave you an advantage there, or I'm just trying to figure out how it could be so different? Did you feel like you weren't really pushing too hard in the early stages?
Probably. I mean, it was obviously. I didn't want to spin it out in the wet, because that was probably the last thing on my mind with these difficult conditions, and it's difficult with these cars as well. If you get on the power, so you get it on. Sorry, I'm a bit over the shop here. Get on the power a little bit too early, then you could easily spin yourself out. And I think I had quite a few moments throughout that race. I think coming around that last corner, I can't remember how many times I've caught the car, but I'm even surprised how I didn't end up sideways somewhere around that
Change
slab.
of underwear needed.
Yes, probably, absolutely.
That's always the case with these conditions. Keep it straight. It's called a miracle, but whatever it was, the way you managed to keep your car on that track from start to finish without coming into the pits once was just fabulous. I'm very impressed. SJ, what do you think?
Well, just a few things, mate. I think you've actually smashed the votes tonight for the day. So,
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I think everyone was very, very impressed. Obviously, jumping in. Obviously, rumours are obviously one of the Aston drivers has dropped, and then there could be rumours that the other Aston driver could be out. I'm not sure. Which then means that there's going to be a free seat in that car, which TP may even be knocking on your door for it. So, which is great. Which is
done it.
To have obviously that. Yeah, well, it's great to have that that people wanting you, which is great. But yeah, what a fantastic ride. Obviously, driving in, getting involved in it, it was obviously a wet race. Obviously, we had the dry and the quali, and then I think when people then saw it was going to be a storm all the way through, did it worry you a bit? Because Portugal's one of those tracks where it's very, very fast, but then when it's rain on it, you've got to be so careful coming around that last windy bend coming onto the main straight.
It sort of did worry me a little bit. Like, I know Portugal's a very difficult track, and for me personally, I've not had a great experience in previous races around here in Portugal. I think it's probably, mainly I've done other races in dry, but yeah, my straight line speed was probably average the last few races I've done here. But felt like the wet weather, if I could just keep patient, just try and avoid any chaos that was going on around me, which there wasn't too many. I think there was a few spinners along the way. You just got to try and bide your time. Don't get caught up too early in incidents, and it either could play wonders or you could end up down in the dustbin. So that's obviously the way it played out tonight.
Well, it didn't go to the dustbin. It didn't go to the dustbin.
No, thankfully.
It went straight to the top, mate. And that's phenomenal. And hopefully may change your mind and heart, maybe, of getting into a full-time position, but we'll never know. But obviously, if we see you around, we'll see. And I know you love to stream, so guys, if you want to watch that stream and watch Roscoe at it, get on board his Twitch, because I've watched him on board, and he's great. He has a very, very good setup there. So yeah. I'd just like to congratulate you, mate. That is a phenomenal drive and very, very well done. And big points for Aston Martin. So Aussie Powers will be over the moon with that.
Yeah, I got a DM from him earlier. He was bloody happy with my performance, I think. So, happy to help out as best I can anyway. And, well done to Marcus, obviously, on the win. Obviously, I wouldn't have had the pace to beat him this whole race. And also to Vegan. And I think commiserations to Lorenz, bro. I said to him in the Discord chat, he drove bloody well. I think he may have got a puncture on that last lap. So, but nonetheless, he drove so well that whole race. I'm very, very impressed. So, yeah. And, well done. Thank you guys for the comments as always.
No worries. Thanks for joining us, Roscoe, and look forward to seeing you in Azerbaijan.
Maybe, we'll see.
I love that, maybe.
I'm certainly rooting for you.
Take care, mate. Well done.
Congrats.
Phenomenal race by him, Woody. And let's go on to the main man who won tonight. And I'll let you take this away, Mr. Marcus Costa.
There we go. Marcus. How are you today, mate?
I'm very well, thanks. How are you?
Doing well. Look, let's just quickly go from the very start of this race weekend. You had qualifying. You look very good. You know, you can set a good lap. Let's just say that. How hard did you find? First of all, the big question is: were you running that wet setup in the qualifying?
No, I was actually running a dry setup for quali and race, obviously with Parc Fermé, and despite getting pole, I was pretty disappointed with the time I actually set, but it was enough for pole, so I can't be too dissatisfied.
No. Yeah, so with the dry, how did you feel that, it took you into the race? Did you find moments where it kind of let you down at all, or?
No, not particularly. I knew that my setup, even though it was a quote-unquote dry setup, that in the wet it would be fine, and it was something that I knew how I was going to drive, so I just sort of went the race with it. Didn't really want to around that setup, especially that late, and just wanted to mainly focus on qualifying first of all, just because I know that track position in the wet is quite important, and that was well and truly proven in tonight's race. But yeah, it was okay quality.
Lovely.
GG's to Vengeance, only I believe like 600ths off me, so great quality from him.
Certainly. And sorry, just to quickly talk, because you kind of had to make that tough decision
Apparently, I didn't even
whether
know
or not
you could get
followers
alerts even when you're not streaming. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially when I saw. Well, first of all, GG's to Roscoe, P17 to P2 on one set of tires. I didn't even think that was actually physically possible in this game, but he proved quite a few people wrong. Yeah, that late safety car was. I'll put it bluntly, I was pretty frustrated because I had like, a 10-second gap and was probably going to go on to win by about 15. It was pretty comfortable, but saw the safety car and I was like, oh, it's just one of those things where it's like, really? Like, now? Like, to the last 5 laps? But yeah, I managed to pull like a 5-second gap after the safety car. So the pace was clearly okay and consistency felt good. I felt like I had the measure of the field for the entire race. But yeah, the safety car was just a little frustration in the middle of the race.
Yeah.
But it didn't disturb me too much.
No, not at all. You've done very well today. And SJ, what are your thoughts?
Marcus. Finally, we get the P1, my friend. Great race. Obviously, last week, very unfortunate not to get the win last week due to spin. We jumped back, we went to Portugal. Obviously, I was a little bit nervous due to being a wet race, but I have full confidence in you. And what a race it was, mate. You just basically led from start to finish, consistent throughout. And, obviously, I probably don't have anything else to say. Probably apart from, obviously, Azerbaijan next week. How are you feeling going into that?
I hate that track, to be honest. I've managed to avoid it this entire game and not do a single race there, time trial, nothing. So I might have to do a lap or two just beforehand, just so I'm not slow. Because it's certainly not a track I enjoy, certainly not one I'm confident with. But I've got a week, so I'm sure I'll be fine.
Well, you're definitely on top now, really, really good. I don't really have much to say, mate. Probably faultless tonight. Phenomenal. Look forward to seeing you next week in Azerbaijan, my friend.
Yes, I'll see you next week. Cheers,
fellas. Keep up the good form.
Well done, bro.
See ya.
All right, I think we're back on now. Anyway, so even I'm so surprised, guys and girls, for that race. That was something else, to say the least. Even I wasn't sure whether the no stop could work around here. With the little help of a safety car, that sort of helped things out a little bit, and with a little bit of tyre management and just pacing myself throughout the race. Obviously, yes, you saw on the straights, I was an absolute shit. What's the wording? We were absolutely dog shit on. To be honest, it was dog shit on the straights. But The other parts of the circuit, like you'd probably see on this turns 1, 2, 3, I think it is, and over the back section there, turn 8 obviously is one of the difficult parts of the circuit. I'm even surprised I didn't spin out during that whole race. That whole Sector 2 on the early part of Sector 3, the car felt good. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, it was an unbelievable race, that one. So, look, obviously it might change my mind a little bit with whether I potentially race. If people want me to race more, then I'll do it. But, yeah, like I said before, like I said before, with last season, obviously, with Abu Dhabi, the racecraft was a bit all over the shop. But whether that was just Abu Dhabi or not, I'm not sure. But, yeah, it was, yeah. Well, I don't know what else I could say, really. But, what's this? Tier 1 notices. Oh, no, that's for another league. I've checked. Oh, not participating. Yeah, that's right. Yep, so that's all right. But yeah, obviously it might change my mind. Like I said, I won't guarantee I'll do all the races, but yeah, look. If there's people out there that want me, I won't guarantee I'll have every single podium results every single week, but you never know. We might have some good results and help out the team tonight anyway. So yeah, to the Aston Martin boys for having me. Thank you. Probably should have been in a party chat with those fellas, but you know, I just felt like obviously this kept it. Obviously, the qualifying part was not ideal, to say the least, and with not really much practice going into this race at Portimao anyway. So I've not done a single lap on this track since it got re-added into the game. So that's something else. It probably was the same really for China, but unfortunately, what happened in Oceania Gaming is a bit different there. But yeah, appreciate. I hope Double RL Powers, I think, who's one of the team principals, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Aston Martin TP, and I think he races in Div 2 by the sound of things. So, yeah, appreciate you guys for having me in the Aston Martin. I know it was obviously a last-minute thing today because, obviously, I just wanted to get through today with, obviously, if you're not well aware of what goes on, obviously. Myself living on a farm, obviously today was a bloody hot day, probably one of the hottest days we've had for a little while. I don't know when it got up to like 35 or 37 degrees, but yeah, the country around here is a little bit drier. Obviously now with obviously with all the wet weather we've had in the recent past, it has dried out quite a bit, and the potential of fires around this place is very, very high. So obviously we had a little bit of a scare on Wednesday. Like I said, this is being recorded on the 28th of January, so yeah, but we had a little bit of a scare on Wednesday because there was one just down a bit further down the road here. Thankfully, it's on the other side of the river and it stayed there, thankfully, but we do have some bit of land down near where the fire was, and obviously the worry was if it jumped the river, then it could have potentially just gone absolutely bonkers, really, with the dry vegetation around here. But thankfully it didn't. It stayed where it was. It's now under control, hopefully. And we got through today. I know it was hot. It was a little bit of cloud cover as well. But yeah, I just appreciate, obviously, the guys that obviously were. I know, obviously, teams were wanting me to race. But I just had to take the precautions throughout. So yeah, there's where we're at, and yeah, obviously, like I said, big thank you to Aston Martin for letting me fill in at last minute. Obviously, I don't think originally I don't think I was supposed to be racing, so I can't remember who dropped out actually in the Aston Martin crew, but yeah, appreciate you guys for having me as always, and look, we'll see. Obviously, like I said, the calendar's long, so and Azerbaijan is next, so. I'm just glad that we obviously were nowhere near Jack that hole through, obviously, Jack Humphreys. Myself and he have not obviously got on well, but I've obviously tried to melt the ice a little bit. Hopefully he's still all right with me. But, look, obviously, I was a little bit worried about him throughout that race, but obviously he finished up retiring in that race. Not really sure why, but a little bit of something else or what. But, yeah, but anyway, you can see there, that's the calendar on your screen. It's like I said, it's a bloody long calendar. So obviously next week is Azerbaijan. Where are we? We're Rush. Where am I looking at? I need to go back to the calendar. So we've got Azerbaijan next, and Mexico. I think that I'm not sure whether there's any sprint rounds or not in this calendar. That's probably my only... Yeah, but yeah, it goes down to Mexico, Saudi Arabia, Japan, Canada, Spain, Brazil, Hungary, Netherlands, British GP, French Grand Prix, Abu Dhabi, Austria, Miami, Belgium, Singapore, Monza, that's the Italian Grand Prix, and Australian Grand Prix to finish it up in about June. So, yeah, it's a damn long calendar, obviously. I think there might be some break weeks potentially in that. I'm not 100% sure. I assume it'll be for ones for Easter and maybe for the Australian Grand Prix. Not entirely sure, but yeah, that's where it's at the moment. And look, obviously, yes, I apologise for not streaming of late. Obviously, just been trying to get stuff sorted around here, and look, obviously the time will come when I'll test stuff out to see whether I can actually stream again. But you just have to bear with me, guys and girls. So for the time being, I'm not streaming. Obviously, I'm recording, but you can watch this stuff on the YouTube channel, obviously. So hopefully I can get back into the Twitch side of things very shortly. So anyway, I think I'll leave it there. I'm gabbling on for too much longer here. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Go follow me on my social channels. The links will be down in the description, as well as the links for Rush Racing League if you're interested in joining. They run 4 divisions. Hang on, I need to bring the phone back up again. Where are we? There's a scoring system. I think it's 3, 4. Yeah, I think it's 3 divisions in the sort of AU region. There's this is on PlayStation, obviously. They have an Xbox PC division as well for Pacific. That runs on like a Sunday or something. I'm not sure. And then they have a Euro League as well. So if you're interested, go check out the social channels and go follow their Twitch channel as well. It's Rush Racing League. I think it's just all one word. Rush Racing League. I think I'll leave the link for they might have a separate channel for the Euro side of things. So if you're interested, just go follow those channels. I'm sure there'll be a Discord link somewhere along the line. So if you're interested, I'll try and leave one down in the description. But yeah, that's where we're at, obviously. So like you mentioned, Azerbaijan's next. So look, like I said, we'll see. I'm not guaranteeing that we'll do full-time racing for the rest of the season, but who knows? If team managers want me, or team principals, whatever they call themselves here, it was all varied around in different leagues, obviously. So, but if team principals want me, and obviously I might think about it. But yeah, like I said, I won't guarantee that this will happen every single week. But I seem to like coming from the back to the front recently, so this might be a thing for the next little while, anyway. But anyway, I think we'll, like I said, leave it there. Like I said, smash the like, subscribe, all the good stuff. Check out my social channels. Go follow my Twitch channel as well if I didn't mention that already. Like I said, I will obviously venture to try and get back to Twitch streaming, but yeah, it'll probably be a little while. And I've got to obviously move my laptop, obviously, to get things sorted here. So I think I've got some cables or something coming anyway, so it's a little bit difficult seeing stuff, so from where I am, my vantage point. So but yeah, anyway, so we'll see whether we race at Azerbaijan next week or not. But oh, that's the wrong button there. But yeah, we'll restart this thing again and go again. So but nonetheless, it was a pretty good racing craft. Obviously, there was a few little incidents along the way, but yeah, I think everything was so far so good. And yeah, well, obviously, well done to Marcus. I know he's messaged me personally about obviously saying he obviously didn't want to. I didn't need to let him go. He could have passed on track, but I mean, obviously, I felt at the time I was just obviously conserving my tyres. He was on fresher tyres at the time, so yeah, I just felt obviously he was best to just let him go and do his own thing. So, yeah, well done to him on the win. Broke Vegan, obviously, got on the podium late. I've got to say, big commiserations to both the Alpha Romeo boys. They did bloody well. Mr. Fury Strat, obviously, I know he's a damn good driver. Obviously, very consistent as well, so hence why he won the championship last season in ACYDE in Tier 2. But, and also to Lorenz, bro. He literally did a ripper job the whole race. Yeah, obviously, second place was definitely up for grabs there in that final part, but obviously, I think he said in the Discord chat that he got a puncture that last lap, which is a real shame. It's literally nail-biting when and where you get the punctures. So, but yeah, great job, fellas. It was great racing you boys along the way. But anyway, I'll leave it with the highlights now from that race at Portimao. Hopefully there's going to be some good highlights there. But yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. Next recording's probably going to be Oceania Gaming, I think, on the Monday, where we'll be heading to the Canadian Grand Prix. So can't wait for that one. Obviously, I won't be doing any races tomorrow on Sunday because I'll be away. I'm going to watch the Australian women's cricket team over in Canberra. Hopefully it doesn't rain, but it doesn't really matter much. They've won the series anyway. So, yeah, so I won't be doing Inters at Britain, which I'm a bit bummed about. And obviously, RaceBek starts tomorrow night as well with the Elite Series. So I won't be racing those two races there, but obviously I'll be back on Tuesday. And we'll be back Wednesday as well for ACYDE. So everything's starting to happen again with league racing. So, but anyway, like I said, leave it with the highlights. Thanks everyone for tuning in and appreciate all the support. Like I said, subscribe, like, all that good stuff. Check my socials and follow my Twitch and go check out the Rush stuff. But yeah, we'll catch you next recording. Anyway, goodbye.